Welcome everyone, you're listening to and perhaps watching Calling the Audible, a very special final edition of Calling the Audible for the fall 2017 season. I forgot the year. And
One job.
Remember the year was a job. Happy Thanksgiving to all. It's the first time we've ever done an American Thanksgiving episode of Calling the Audible.
Usually there's no fall season.
No, but there's no fall season.
Also, we probably don't have any live audience because we're so late.
And
we
yeah,
actually
also
have
because
one
there's the
viewer
NFL
live.
on currently.
Yes, you.
It's not me.
Rob,
You're the one viewer. He goes.
that's not us. So we're gonna go and put your head on the show and pretend like we're not watching the NFL games on our phones.
We're not.
No.
I don't even have my phone out.
Exactly. What's up with YouTube? Did you know that they stream videos? But also,
I've heard of the company before.
yeah, they put on this new thing that tracks sort of like what's being talked about on podcast.
Censorship.
Yeah,
I call it the snowflake algorithm.
What?
I call it the snowflake algorithm.
Nice. Because everyone, it's easy to offend and so on.
He's a liberal.
Yes, largely. And so the thing is that we basically it's trying to find things that are potentially sensitive and harmful to advertisers.
Yeah.
And so for 2 weeks in a row now, our flag football podcast has not been monetized.
Well, to be fair, we're not very good for advertisers.
Yes, but we also don't care. So
Sorry, sponsors.
yeah. So I mean, with that said, if you're looking to watch any NFL games, or if you're watching games right now, perhaps you're watching on DAZN.com, DAZN.com, and thank you.
.ca.
Hey, there's football
That's
live. You
CA?
could,
I don't know, I have it .com.
you could stream us on your computer and watch the game from the zone on your phone at the same time.
Because it's the only place in Canada that will show every single NFL game, including all playoffs and Super Bowl, plus NFL Game Pass, NFL Red Zone, and NFL Sunday Ticket. Also, they don't censor us and let us say whatever we want. Thank you, DAZN. You're way better than YouTube. YouTube, you can straight kiss my ass. DAZN is offering Canadians
And we
more
just
access
lost
to
money.
NFL than they ever had before, with no blackouts. DAZN can be viewed at home or on the go, on smartphones, smart TVs, tablets, and gaming consoles. Fans can watch their favorite teams, leagues, and players for the affordable monthly price of $20 or an annual subscription of $150 a year.
I mean, you could watch the Eagles because it's fun.
You know who
or
can't
you could
watch Monday night football games last week?
yesterday.
Unfortunately,
few years ago,
Yeah.
Monday night.
Monday night.
It was the first time.
Yeah, the first time
This season.
But man, people are also the worst. Like I went on the Twitter feed to see.
No,
them
that's
address
the worst thing you could do.
Well, because that's how companies address stuff live right now. Like
I guess.
they put out. So like I want to be like, yo, is there something wrong with the service or is it just me? I even texted you to be like, hey,
yes.
can you
check
try it on the
please?
app?
Yes.
And then like I get on there and man, people are not just straight complaining about this. Like they unrelenting about, you know, I paid for this. This is terrible. And like, how dare you? And this is absolutely ridiculous. But then like you don't remember that when they're watching it on Bell or whatever before.
And something happens.
It was the same complaints that they had. It was awesome.
I saw someone do an analysis actually that, the first quarter wasn't available or whatever it was. Someone's like, I want a refund for my subscription. So a guy went, okay, sure, no problem. There's this many this many games in a year, this many quarters. So based on that, you missed out on one quarter, so they owe you 15 cents.
No, but even if
To
you
be
break
fair, is that still like 3 Bazooka Joe comes, or does Bazooka Joe even still exist?
I don't think so.
I think they do, but
Dave,
it's.
can you? Sorry, Natalia Zuniga is on the podcast with us. Can you look up to see if Bazooka Joe still exists? That's your problem.
That's a you problem.
I am Peeze Simon, the host for this evening. I'm joined by the not very lovely Simon Dajne,
Why?
the lovely Natalia Zuniga.
Okay, I'm not. I could be other things.
Yes,
Two things can be true.
Like a blueberry. And much like a blueberry, the content specialist / producer of the show,
No,
Eagle
no,
Master
no.
Control, who's debuting our live scroll this week.
There's
right?
a lie in there.
Which one?
Those are not two.
He's not content specialist.
No, it's not.
His content is pretty bad. Actually, it's better though. It's better now.
Peeze and Simon are brought to you in 1080p tonight. So
Nice,
hope
pretty
you're
good.
enjoying the upgrade.
So we're gonna go through the tier 2
I
games.
should have shaved.
I know, right? Now people can see. We're gonna go through tier 2 games.
Okay.
Quick recaps.
Okay.
You're gonna give me 3 bullet points on each game, as fast as possible. If you're not going fast enough, I'm gonna make fun of you.
That's the worst. I wasn't at Boston.
Dawson's Cast
You were.
finest
We should
take on.
flip the script.
I know.
I should do tier 1. You should do tier
We
2.
won't. Dawson's Cast finest took on Sunday Touch Boys 31-13. Simo, go.
I'm impressed by Dawson Cast finest. 31 points against decent teams. Sunday Touch Boys expected better. 13
With
points.
Marcel as a quarterback and not George Pano.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. For Dawson, yeah. The Sunday Touch Boys, we touched upon them saying they got better. Not last week. Sorry, guys. If it's your first year, we do want you guys back. You'll learn.
They're
FPF
actually already registered for Division 6.
FPF is not, dude. It's not easy. But there was a lot of progress throughout the season. I was expecting a better outcome in the playoffs.
Los Banditos took on Hold My Beer, and once again, Brad Evans.
Oh.
Brad Evans the game away in a 37-36 loss.
That was a great game. You lose by 1 point, it's not so bad. They did score 36 points, so it's not all on Brad Evans, unless they couldn't get a single convert. In which case, I'm sorry, Brad Evans. You deserve to
Well,
lose.
they scored. They
6
scored
touchdowns or 5?
5 touchdowns.
Okay, so it's fine. If they would have scored 6 touchdowns and no converts,
Mm-hmm.
the problem lies in the converts. No. All jokes aside, it was a fantastic game from the sources that I have. Los Banditos are surprising everybody, and they're gonna have a great game next Saturday.
4 running touchdowns between the 2 quarterbacks.
Yeah.
two apiece.
That's a lot.
North Shore Finners, Sons of Mitches,
Forfeit.
still 2 career catches for Armando Trada. Trigger Happy Bunnies, they took on Primetime and lost 39-32.
Your boys.
My boys beat your boys, and we all know who's got the finest milkshakes in town.
Wait, what?
What?
I
The
can't.
Luca Joe exists.
I have. What's going on? I'm confused.
We're getting an update, but Natalia doesn't know how microphones work.
So Trigger Happy.
It does now.
Trigger Happy Bunnies. Good game. JD Jetty had a monster game offensively. It's just it wasn't enough. It's a new quarterback. They switched out from Jonathan Amir halfway through the season. It's tough to play your first playoff game against a team like Primetime. You like them for a reason. They got hot at the right time. Good for them.
Absolutely. All Hooks took on Greendale Human Beings, and Greendale Human Beings, I don't know if it's an upset. I don't know if they're the favorite because these teams are so closely matched. GHB won that game 38-35.
I wouldn't consider it an upset. Like we discussed last week, they won by 1 point the last time. All Hooks won by a point last time they faced. The fact that it was this close once again shows like true parity between the two teams. Good for Greendale Human Beings. Danny is really proving himself as a very talented quarterback. Alec Joltopov had a monster game with 13 receptions.
123 yards, 2 touchdowns.
It's ridiculous.
Absolutely.
13 receptions alone is ridiculous. Brandon Elward had a single catch for 7 yards against, and then Alec Joltopov just took the game over. So it shows that this team is not one-dimensional.
Phil Kovacic as well, Special K himself, 3 touchdowns on 3 catches. So definitely efficient game for him. Farmers unfortunately beat the Black Sox 24-19.
Well, unfortunately.
Yeah, very unfortunate. Very unfortunate.
Black Sox didn't have a quarterback.
It's true. The quarterback was absolutely terrible. Actually, game came down last few plays.
Yeah.
Nico Lani scored with 4 plays left. Black Sox, we had to defend with only 5 defenders, and one of the guys on the other team is Corey Greenway, so that didn't work.
So that didn't happen.
And so they scored second last play of the game. I think I mentioned on this podcast last season how now I've had 4 playoff losses, all of which have come within the last 5 plays.
So
It's a harrowingly lonely experience
let me ask you
when you
this.
play quarterback and that happens.
A guy like Corey Greenway, is he because he's not being used by Farmers?
So
he
what
never
happened
has
was, to be honest,
crazy numbers.
like in this game specifically, they were shut down. But on defense, by the way, he just takes away. part of
Yeah,
the
no,
field.
but I
So
mean like offensively.
on offense,
Does he
at
not
one
get
point,
targets?
the ball he was thrown. So what happens is they didn't use him all game.
Wow.
Then when they absolutely need a play, no other receivers on the team exist, and they only throw to him. So
Okay.
they ran a hook in front of me. I jumped on his shoulder. He shrugged off 220 pounds like I wasn't even there. Literally, I jumped. I landed on
Yes.
his shoulder. He shrugged it off like I was not there. I don't know if you guys noticed if you're watching live. I'm not a small dude.
That's what I was about to.
And then he took, and then I was getting a penalty. I didn't care. We just needed to make a stop, and he took it all the way up to the 5-yard line.
Cool.
And they declined the penalty
Because this is better.
yeah.
Since we're on the topic of UPs, we have Armando Trotta in chat saying, still 2 catches and you're still not funny.
That's okay.
I
I
like this
appreciate
guy.
him watching though.
I like this guy.
Yeah, me too. Me too. I mean, I wish his teammates did because he was more productive. But I mean, not no one can be perfect.
Would he? Like, even if you give him a lot of targets, would he really be more productive?
No, not at all. When people just play defense, Eagle, why do you just play
Because I
defense?
can't catch a cold.
There we go.
Because we play with Eagle in offense.
It was comical. It was comical.
It was-
How many career catches do you have?
10?
So more than a
Like
5 times more.
And
than
I think I
Amanda
have
Trotta.
2 or 3 touchdowns.
That's not bad.
What?
I know, right?
I know.
He must have been very open.
We played so many games with him being just 6 of us, so we had Eagle in offense, and yeah, no touchdowns.
I know.
That's yeah.
Lockdown, to their credit, with
Yeah,
Eagles
yeah.
defense, took on the Warriors. They won 32-25 in a heated game. I actually spoke to both teams after the game, and it was, from all accounts, just a great game. Eagles' account of how they're gonna. Who was it? We were asking how you're gonna stop Stefano Solomene. Was that it?
You asked me that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was the question.
Yeah,
Right?
and you
was-
wrote
yeah.
it down on a paper.
His handwriting is atrocious. So
I
stay with
can't
me.
even read it, and I can see
It
it.
says
from here.
Bryden Streeter is going to be man all game, or Maxim Shetanov. I believe it's either one was going to be man on. Who was it finally?
Well,
Bryden?
finish reading it and then I'll tell you.
They run a lot of trips formations. We adjusted second half for it. We know now. I mean, the grammar is special. The handwriting worse. The game plan.
Was it good?
So-
is that what you did?
First half, that's exactly what we did. And then near the end of the first half, Stefano Solomene took himself out of the game with an ankle injury. And that made the defense much easier to call. So then I
Okay,
didn't
so
have to
you
do that
won
anymore.
because somebody got injured.
No. I won. We won.
Because
Put up more points than them.
somebody got injured.
No.
Yes.
Would you have won without the injury?
Yes.
But that's not. But why did you mention the injury?
Because the whole game plan revolved
Changed.
around one player. When the player's not in the game anymore, it changes the game plan.
You had like 2 touchdowns in the first half alone.
Yes.
So
Okay, so you would have lost if you would have
He had
not been
one
injured
touchdown in the game.
in the first half.
Yes.
They scored twice in the first half.
yes.
He had like 56 yards receiving in the
They
first
scored
half
3 times in the
alone.
first half. He had 57 yards receiving and a touchdown.
In
You
the
got
first
none
half?
of the information correct.
in
The first half.
57
Yeah,
in the first half alone.
correct. But you also said he scored twice, and the team scored twice. They scored 3 times. He scored once.
Whatever. Point is, if a guy has 57 yards receiving in the first half, and then suddenly you can't play anymore,
X-Men mutate their way to a victory 27-24 over Voodoo.
that's an impressive one.
I'm surprised by that one. I didn't see that going down at all.
I wasn't expecting 27-24 in the first place. I was confident X-Men could beat Voodoo, but the low scoring affair kind of surprises me. But I spoke to Gautama before the game, and he told me that because of last week's game being playing against only 5 guys, he didn't use his full playbook because there's no point. Also, the other team wasn't like it. In his mind, it didn't count as a real game because they didn't know what to expect, and also they didn't know what to expect. So I guess it was a fresh start for both teams, and it worked out in X-Men's favor.
Surprisingly, Pat Saint-Amand did not turn over the ball, but Guatemala did. That interception went, of course, to Kevin Marcel. So great for them to stick through it and win the game
Yeah.
despite the turnover. Ducks beat Bruins 21-9. Simon, facts.
Ducks are a very good team.
Yes.
They're a new team.
Natalia, can you find the two stats from Ducks.com?
This is a website. Ducks.
Yeah.
Awesome.
I got in trouble for that once from Rob, so I want to see if I can get suspended again.
So, Ducks
Now,
are.
am I gonna get suspended for this?
You might.
you
Again,
might-
the way microphones work is you need to speak into them.
Well, is it even on?
we don't know.
I don't know.
I'm confused.
Hello?
There we go.
I could hear you,
Yeah.
but
I
you're
can
also
hear
sitting
you.
next to me. So. Anyways, Ducks, their new team, it took them a little bit of time to get used to FPF. The last few weeks they've been much better, and this is just another. I don't know how you say this in English. Proving
Game.
point.
Turning point, right?
Proving point.
Turning. Okay, I guess. I don't know. I don't know what you're trying to say.
Just
so
go with that.
proving point. Yes.
Yes, we'll go with that.
The point of proof. Yes. In
That
all
sounds
honesty,
terrible.
Ducks I thought were the heavy favorite going in, specifically because
Oh,
of their
yeah.
defense, and we saw that being the score being 21-9. I thought No Name would somehow do the thing they do and just win playoff games and win games.
They
type
don't
games.
win playoff games.
They
They
do
win the first round,
usually.
but this is the semis. So
I guess but it's also the first round.
I guess
They lost 24-20 to Mean Machine.
wasn't that the score the first game, but the other way around? Didn't they win 24-20?
Mean
Eagle, look
Machine
it up.
won 24-20.
No, Mean Machine lost the first.
Oh,
when
the
they played
first
in
the
regular
first
season.
meeting you're saying.
Eagle, can you please look this up? Thank you.
Checking.
So do you have any information on this game while people are looking stuff up?
Well, Johnny Grizzly had 2 interceptions,
Okay.
which is rare. Like from his standpoint, the way he plays the game, he slows it down a lot, and they win because they don't turn the ball over and they score and take a lot of time off the clock.
It was
Interceptions by Mike Gottlieb.
26-20 no name in their
26-20. Okay, thank
Yeah.
you.
So roughly the same game.
Yeah. So all things considered, the fact that No Name turned the ball over a few times gave Mean Machine the opportunity to get back in this game. I'm assuming. I guess No Name probably had the ball to try to win. I wasn't there, so I can't say. It could have been the other way around. But just from the stat sheet, if the game is a low-scoring affair, it always favors Mean Machine, and this is exactly what happened.
Yeah, that's fair.
Peeze, one thing that's interesting about Tier 2, other than the forfeit, obviously, and the last 2 bowls, all the other games were decided by 1 score or less.
I was at the field. I was at Lachine, so I caught a lot of the games.
You were at
Sorry, I was at
Brossard.
Brossard rather.
I was at the show.
So I caught a bunch of the games, and I had to say, like, just walking around, watching the games, playing in my game, seeing the game that's on the next field at the same time. All these games were tight. All these games were very interesting, and a lot of them came down to final drives and little things throughout the game.
That's cool.
So it was fun.
That's
It was
actually
a
very
fun
cool.
day of football. It was a nice spectacle for FPF. You know?
Lachine was also very fun.
Yeah?
Yeah.
We'll get there in a second.
Cool.
I have a question about things that annoy you. Like I have
You.
so other than me. So this is a small, like, perhaps no one in the world cares about this except me.
Probably.
But I go fill up my car.
Yes.
I put gas, right? So
Hopefully you
let's
put
say
gas.
you put $30 or whatever. When you get to $29.15, it starts to slow down.
It's the
as
most.
if the machine doesn't already know how much gas to dispense.
Why do you slow down for me? You don't. You're a machine.
I know.
Stop.
You know exactly how
Sorry.
much gas to allot. The price is not changing. You're not a guy just spitting gas out of your mouth.
It's the worst.
It is the worst. I swear to
And there's
God.
some places that start slowing down $1 before.
What I do now is
It's
when
like
it
the
starts
last
slowing,
30
I just leave it. I don't care. I put exactly $29.11. It's the exact amount of gas I wanted.
I'm done.
Thank you. Get out of my face, stupid shell. Do you guys have
Your
anything
Kamal's
like that?
also very terrible with that.
You're like really annoyed by, that you're pretty sure you're the only person who cares.
Isn't that like pet peeves?
Yeah, your own personal pet peeves.
Because I learned about that thing recently.
Really?
I would say
Well,
for
I'm French,
me is when I'm waiting in line and people are like right behind me. Like I can feel their breath right behind me. That drives me nuts.
Yeah, if they're creepy enough, they're breathing on you on purpose.
When they can read your text messages for you, that's unnecessary.
Maybe they're
Do they
smelling
correct
your
your spelling when they're behind you? Like, hey, I think you meant to say axe.
At that point, at least they would be helpful.
Yeah, right? Eagle, got anything?
Not off the top of my head. I don't like people that don't park properly. So,
So
that's
you-
the thing.
You're self-loathing?
I hate when they ruin parking lot. When they ruin parking space. Like, why do you park on the line?
Yeah.
The point is to park between lines.
So that way no one parks next to you is what
So,
you do.
Peace, would you like to tell them what you did this
I,
weekend?
I didn't really park so much as I abandoned my car in the middle of a Home Depot parking lot. Just was like, yeah, I just parked enough. And we got in the car and it was like taking 3 spots.
Was it a Lamborghini?
It was not working out. I don't make Eagle kind of money here in FPF.
That's true.
No, yeah. So do you have anything, Simon, specifically?
The only thing I would say is I hate going I hate being in crowds in general.
I'm very agoraphobic. We
Like,
discussed this on.
It's
podcast
not.
weeks
It's not
ago.
that it's just like, if I do my groceries, I like to go at times where there's nobody.
Mhm.
Like early mornings. The Super C where I live close at 11 o'clock p.m. I tend to go like 9:30.
Mhm.
There's nobody.
Yeah.
The shelves are full because people just finished.
I
and
once
there's
went to
nobody.
Costco in the middle of a snowstorm. It was amazing. It was like I had 14 personal shoppers getting stuff for me.
It's probably the most satisfying thing to go to the grocery store and not see anybody in the aisles.
Yeah.
You feel so calm.
The best thing is in the States, the Walmarts are open at 1 a.m.
Yeah.
So
We
you
used to
can just
have-
go whatever time you want.
We used to have a couple Walmarts that were 24 hours, but everyone just kept getting drunk and throwing up on the Cheetos. So, I mean, by everyone, I mean specific people.
I mean, a few guys I know.
From chat, I don't like unfunny people, says Armando Trata.
So he's again self-loathing. It's just a shame, dude. Don't worry about it. Just I'm sure there's like a a support group you can go to. There's lots of self-help books. You'll one day learn to love yourself.
I'm pretty sure he meant you.
Care
But you have good jokes sometimes.
sometimes. That's all.
But I heard that you're prepped ahead of time, so that you
Sometimes,
just
yeah.
lost a lot of esteem.
Well, when you do play-by-play, you're supposed to prep, Simo.
Listen,
That's why you were terrible at
listen.
play-by-play.
Nobody remembers that one time that happened.
Because we never let you do it again.
No, I refused every single time you asked.
Yeah, that's how it went.
That's how it works here.
So let's get into the tier 1 games. Diablos, Bearskins.
Forfeit.
Why?
Bearskins forfeited. They couldn't have enough guys, but luckily they told them ahead of time.
Yeah.
So Diablos did go. They found another team to scrimmage against, and used the hour of the field to scrimmage against another team.
That's fair. That's always nice. If you can let the other team know, and the field can be actually be used.
At least if you know ahead of time and you could plan. Like if I would have known my game would be forfeited, cancelled, then you could do something else about it. Like if it's a Saturday night at whatever 8-9 o'clock, it's basically your Saturday night. You're not gonna do anything else.
Yeah.
I would like to know if it's cancelled so I could plan something else in my social life.
Agreed. FPF All Stars, Urjan Smedzik. Were
Same
Urjan Smedzik scared, and did they go to church?
I'm still convinced they're scared, but
They
I
went
saw
to
via
church?
Facebook that their quarterback was actually in Vegas, so it wasn't just a fluke
Jesse
excuse.
was in,
Jesse Speed.
was in Vegas? Okay.
So I thought, yeah, it's a fairly easy thing to say,
Mm-hmm.
but he was actually in Vegas, so it's tough for him to fake that. Unless he photoshopped himself in pictures.
That'd be awesome.
That sounds like a lot of
That's
work.
a lot of work to get away with missing an FPF game. KGPRA took on Dans and Tams, and this was the first game where we had a result. Dans and Tams won 42-24. Joey Taylor in this one looking very much
Joey
like a
Taylor.
Hall of Famer.
So he played against 5 guys. KGP Raw only had 5 bodies.
That's not his problem.
I know. I'm not blaming Joy Dance and Tams. I'm saying KGP Raw did not have a 6th player, which doesn't help you to win a playoff game. So considering that, Dance and Tams did really well. They destroyed KGP Raw, but they still allowed 24 points to only 4 receivers, which is a bit mind-boggling.
Mm-hmm.
But other than that, Dance and Tams were the better team, even if KGP Raw would have had a 6th guy.
That's fair. And we'll see, of course, a very hype game going on in the next round between
The
Tams and
hashtag?
Tams and hashtag NR, which we'll get to when we do our predictions in a little bit. Braves took on Dad Bods and won 40-27. The kryptonite to Vinny Galano continues.
100%.
Braves rolled over on Dad Bods.
Hey, Jonathan Mary had 3 interceptions
Mm-hmm.
for Braves, and he still scored 40 points.
Yeah.
How does that work? How do you get 9 possessions in one game?
Well, Sean Abram threw 2 interceptions as well.
Yeah, I guess, but they need to be back to back. Like, do not drive the field end zone interceptions because that takes a lot
Yeah.
of time.
But also, Braves air the ball out a lot, right? And
That's
so,
true.
then that's what you see a lot from the elite teams. Is their ability to score quickly allows for them to get more possessions.
That's true.
You know. So, any thoughts on this game?
We predicted Braves to win. They won.
Great analysis.
I mean, it's
I
not.
told you so. Is
Yeah.
your analysis?
But our analysis prior to this game was that Braves have a roster that's too difficult for Dabud's offense to play against, and their defense did well. Like, they had 3 interceptions, they allowed 40 points, but that doesn't always, like, if you get 3 picks, the odds are that if your quarterback is not throwing interceptions in return, the other team will not have the opportunity to score more than 21 points.
Mhm.
If you keep a team to 21 points, your defense is amazing.
And
So,
that's what we saw.
in my opinion, Dabud's defense was good. Their
Mhm.
offense was the issue.
Absolutely. Top Guns took on Freshie Stale Foods. They win 33-24.
Another game where Freshie was only 5 guys. Johnny
That
Satino.
happened a lot in this weekend.
Yeah,
And
it's
we'll talk
the
about-
weekend game. It's a lot of guys going to make it. Gianni Satino, their quarterback, was not present, so Bobby Michaelberg played quarterback.
Did
Bo-
all right.
Bobby has a cannon for an arm.
Yeah.
Like, he was
good
hearing
athlete.
40 bombs like it was nothing. But overall, their offense was okay, but it really relied on their defense was
Well, look,
absent.
you're playing against Paul Lapierre had 8 attempts. Rob Robinson had 5 attempts. And the attempts are low just because how many yards they put up.
Paul
in a
Lapierre
hurry.
and Robbie Robinson combined
Yeah.
for 10 completions and had 5 touchdowns.
So I mean the efficiency is ridiculous. But the thing is you can't go into a game with 5 guys
No,
against
you cannot.
2 Hall of Famers basically.
Yeah, basically, the Top Guns had Dylan Dad would go down with an injury early in the game,
Mhm.
It looked atrocious. So speedy recovery for him.
Yeah.
It looked bad. Aside from that, Top Guns were. I think it was more like Freshie was down on their luck because they only had 5 guys. Lenny
Mhm.
Dion had a very good game for them.
Yeah.
But aside from that, like you can't win football games with only 5.
Yeah, Lenny Dion, 2 touchdowns, tied on the other side by the cocky Dan Dick, who had 2 touchdowns on his own. Lightweight
He's the
wins
most humble guy.
39-7. I know, it just
You ever talk to?
cocky comes from a specific.
I know.
words, you know.
Go on.
To be cocksure,
Move
for
on.
example. Lightweight beats the commission 39-7. Simon Dash name was slightly less than terrible, but why did you win so handily?
The commission did not have their full roster. Their quarterback,
There were only 4 as well. Only 5.
No,
right?
they had
Oh,
all
they had
6.
6. Okay.
Johnny C wasn't there, so Gino DeFazio played quarterback for them. A few of the key members, the rusher wasn't there. Dominic Mangione wasn't there. The rusher. Zachary Albert Gills wasn't there. Joseph Buffoni wasn't there. Like, they were missing a bunch of key pieces that makes the team better. So they relied on a smaller roster.
They
Which
relied on Brett Botkin torching you.
Brent
4
Botkin had
catches,
100 yards. on my-
100 yards. His first triple-digit game of his career, I believe.
So
And a touchdown.
on a 4th down, they went for it, and Brent Botkin had a 40-yard bomb. It wasn't a 40-yard bomb; it was like a deep hook, like
But just no one was
hook,
there.
but he just took off, and people missed him. He scored, and he turned around like it was nothing. Like he walked back to his
Yeah.
huddle, like, "Yeah, I do this all the time."
Non-stop.
No one believed him.
That's what I do.
But
Nope.
good for him. Like honestly, Brent Botkin played decently well. Like if
He
you
torched you.
yes, if you ask him, he's go, "Oh, but I had this key drop." Okay, but you had 100 yards and a touchdown. Like you were the only guy with a touchdown on your
Like
team.
big play receivers like Brett Botkin tend to have drops. That's how it goes.
Big plays receiving. No, but he had a good game. I told him so, and I'm not afraid to say he destroyed us. But the
You
other,
should be afraid to say it.
but the other guys on the team did not play well.
Hashtag NR beat friends in low places 49-32. Corey Packer, perfect. 7 touchdowns.
Perfect QBR.
14-17.
Hashtag Anara's offense was unstoppable. Like, there's a reason he had a perfect QBR, and he was just doing whatever he wanted with that defense. And friends in low places were just trying to play catch up.
Yeah.
And I saw Danny try to air 40 bombs way too often. It's not his strength. It's not what they do best. And no regard. I had that game locked down from the get-go.
KD 2 times. Our online Madden League starting. I got you first. I'm going to beat you there, so enjoy this NR victory while you still can. Top Secret taking
Hello.
on Smokin Axolotls. Smokin Axolotls won 27-14. Simo, go.
So prior to this game, I spoke to some guys from Top Secret. It looked like a done deal. It was the easiest win of the season. They got manhandled. So stop looking ahead of the finals.
Smokin Axolotls.
Yeah, stop looking ahead and just play whoever you have. Zachary Kiverger, from what Alexis Labonté told me, Zachary Kiverger did not look like himself in the first half. He was forced.
By the way, just to be clear, so people know what looking like himself is for Zachary Kiverger, please put up his profile picture. That's the one, Simo.
But he wasn't making the reads he was during the season. He wasn't playing really well. He was forcing throws that weren't there, and that's it. When they started, from what he told me, when they started going back to what usually works for them, they started scoring again. But it was too late by then.
Yeah.
So
Will
good for
Power.
Smokin Axolotls.
I had a scrimmage with Will Power this week for
Your
a
boy.
Div 16, and he was like, "Yeah, I can't believe we're actually playing for a bowl bowl game."
Fun fact: that's the first win for Smokin Axolotls this entire tournament.
Yeah,
We said
I said that
before.
before.
Fun fact.
Thank you for paying attention.
It's
One
a-
job,
It's a
producer.
fun fact.
How's your new toy?
It's fun.
Not
Is it-
that one, the one you got in the mail, the sex toy.
It's also fun.
Nice.
You didn't have to say what it was. If
Uh,
you got in the mail,
I mean, again, Amazon, you get everything in the mail.
Prime Day.
DK won 52-38 over Fine Wine.
you go. You
So,
could cue the sound.
Let me. Are you having an encounter with Darth Vader at the moment?
No.
No.
Nor the sex toy.
You know who did have an encounter with Darth Vader in the second half of this game? Dan Lazara. And I love Dan, and he's going to be so mad that I'm talking about tacos this
That's
way.
fine. You could say it.
But, like, the taco just went down the wrong tube, man. Like, it blocked the air.
It was
I-
so bad.
And, like, you know, I don't believe, like, in the whole, like,
Choking
if you
argument.
lose, it's because you choked. If you blew a lead, it's because you... No, not always. This case...
No, this case 100%.
Just
I
paint
was
the picture,
there.
Paint the picture.
I saw the whole game. So the first half, it was at
You
halftime.
watched the whole game or only 75%?
75 because I was playing
That's
before.
not enough, I think. maybe.
I know. So so at halftime, there's 2 plays left before halftime. It's 33-32 for DK. So right there, like it shows both quarterbacks were destroying the defense. They get to the red zone, and then last play of the half, Danza beats the rusher, tries to buy time, and just throws to Zach Jonio. But Alex Pinon made a good play on the ball and jumped in front of it. And if the ball was thrown a little bit higher, it might have been a pick six. Anyways, you go into halftime down by a point, 33-32, which is a very good place to be. Final line were without Jordan McLaren and Marco Masiotra, so they only had 7 guys. Dan Zar was the one not playing defense. So you go back into offense. Final line, DK scores right off the bat. It's 40-32. Final line's playing catch up, gets into the end zone, and then Dan Nazar gets 3 sacks on 4 plays. So first and goal, gets sacked, throws it away, sacked, and sacked again, sacked on 4th down. So DK goes back on offense, and I'm speaking to Rayan Sawar, who says, "Oh, this game is over. DK's gonna win." It's like, wait a minute. Like, Final Line's a good defense. This game's not over.
Yeah.
As I say that, very next play, Matt Kirouac tips the ball from as a rusher, and Theo picks it off, and then Final Line's back on offense, down by 8, so they get another shot at it. Get back into the red zone. You see the matchup, Serge Pilon on Theo Ojea in the red zone. I mean, if you've ever played football before, Serge Pilon is like 5'2". Theo. Just put it like anywhere Serge can get it. Like, just put it up somewhere.
There was a confusing way to word that. If you've ever played football before, some guy you may or may not know is 5'2". That's a sentence. Theo is Theo. Put the ball up there.
Yeah, okay, so anyways, the point is, like, Theo's a much taller receiver than Serge is. And so Dan tries to make it like a no-look pass and just throws it straight at Serge's chest. Like, Serge is in front of Theo. Theo had the better positioning on it. As soon as the ball released, you just heard Theo scream to Dan. That was a stupid play. Gets the interception. DK goes on offense, scores. Then the final one goes back on offense. Another interception. DK scores again. Another interception. DK scores again. And on the last drive, Pat Chenard played quarterback for DK because the game was over. He scores on 1 pass. And then to close out the game, Dan Lazar just aired out a 40 bomb to Mark Kirouac, who did exactly what he did against us when he played for you. Somehow, only guy in the middle of the pile just get
Matt Kirouac
jump
is
ball.
bizarre at winning jump balls.
And then he comes back to me. He's like, "Yeah, it's the only time they trust me on 40 bombs." Yes, but why would they?
Yeah, it's
You're not.
He looks like a sitcom dad,
Yes.
and he wins these jump balls.
Somehow.
Like
It's- It's like you got beat by Danny Tanner.
Yeah.
You
But
know?
anyways, the point is, Dan Nazara, the game was close. They could have kept it close, but after the incompletes before the half, Dan just got into his own head.
Yeah.
Even kicked out the garbage can in anger. I don't want to say that it was all on him, but he got into his own head, played terribly afterwards, and there was no way to cool him down. Like, whatever people would do or tell him, he was just stuck at, I threw his game away, blah, 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 and then he just kept making bad reads, bad
Again,
throws. And
I'm a huge fan of Dan Lazara. And I'm prefacing this stuff because I know he'll get mad. Whatever.
but it's fine.
I'm prefacing by saying I think he's great. I think he's the next best QB in FPF.
Yes.
You know, if Kevin Wyeth ever does decline, the next guy
Yes.
is Dan Lazara 100%. However, he's sometimes his own worst enemy, and
Yes.
that's something that in time I hope
He
does
fixes.
no longer is part of his game. You know what I mean?
That's
Because
exactly what happened.
physically, he has the tools.
He's
It's
great. His footwork has improved tremendously. He's playing really well. But once he starts making mistakes, he doesn't seem to have the ability to just forget what happened and move on.
Yeah.
And it just gets into his own head and just makes it worse.
Most people's
Most people's.
most people's high school pictures are terrible.
Okay.
Yours, I might just be worse. Keyport locks offense uglier than your high school picture.
My high school pictures.
They sludged their way to 28-6 snooze fest of a victory because, oh my god,
Were you there?
no, I'm not watching.
Was it
them
awesome?
ever. You couldn't pay me to watch their games.
Really?
Yeah.
Like $1,000?
Yeah, I won't do it.
$15,000?
No, I won't do it.
What?
Have you
For
watched
an
them play?
hour?
No. No, it's terrible.
He
It's
goes like,
terrible.
really? 25 grand?
We're getting close.
I mean, everybody has a price.
Yeah.
There's a reason you got
33.
sex toys in the mail.
They win at 28-6. Jeff Rosenblatt looks like Jeff Rosenblatt. A Squad looks like A Squad. Any other analysis?
No Corey Wawalowski.
Did they cut him?
I think he just couldn't make it. Maybe he got
But
hurt.
it's 3 straight weeks.
Maybe he got hurt. I don't know. I don't think they cut him.
Corey, reach, man. Let us know what happened.
Yeah, I don't think they cut him. If they did, that was a mistake. Anyways, Jakub looked nothing like the Jakub from last winter that played with A Squad.
It's a different venue
4
too.
picks.
Like the Keyport Locks, a borderline Division 3 team.
No, but I'm saying their quarterback Jakub, who played really well in 4B last winter, had 4 touchdowns to 4 picks in his last 3 games. That does not win you games whatsoever.
But it's this tournament, man. The competition is tournament
I
is
agree,
massive. It's different.
But A Squad and Keyport Lock should have been a decent matchup, and it was not even close.
Absolutely true. Are you doing any Black Friday shopping?
A little bit online. There's
Yeah.
a few electronics I'm buying for
Do
Christmas
people
mostly.
still even go to the store for Black Friday? Because isn't it the same?
It
as
sounds the
online?
worst.
It's the same though, right? Online? Eagle?
Yes.
They're the same except for the door crashers.
What are the
Door
door
crashers?
crashers?
Like you literally have to stand in line and like run all the way into the store to get like the 5 products they have on sale
But
for like the
That's
why
special
would you
items.
do
items.
that?
'Cause
Like
you
you
get
can get
yourselves-
everything online now.
Yeah, but no, those ones specifically they don't have online. That's why
Natalia,
you
can
have
you look
to go
up
to the
how
store.
much a Tickle Me Elmo costs right now,
No.
please?
Well, the
Amazon Prime.
to me
I
the
don't
They
know
best
how
can just get it
Prime.
for you.
the best deals are like TVs, like electronics. You have pretty good deals either for Black Friday or Cyber Monday.
Yeah.
There's some pretty good stuff. If you're looking into buying a TV, it's the best time of year.
$24.95 on eBay.
$24.95. Thank you. Eagle.
Thank
See, I
you.
got it for you.
You're supposed to be
so-
the researcher on this
I-
show.
I'm not Chapman.
You're
No,
not you're not great.
I'm better than great. I'm
Or
beyond
better than
great.
Chapman at the very least.
What's better than great?
I'll tell you
Just
what's
as
better
a-
than great. Getting a new look for your team. Calling the Audible is brought to you by Sportira, the official provider of FPF jerseys and uniforms. There's still plenty of time to get your jersey for next season, not the remainder of the FPF Cup. And
Well,
Audible
no, you
season.
won't have them for Saturday. I'm sorry.
But why not plan ahead for the winter season and give your team a fresh
Hey,
look?
actually a very good time now to order for
Absolutely.
winter.
You'll absolutely get it in time.
It's in 6
You
weeks.
can order anything you want. They have sublimated jerseys, they have custom jerseys, they have one color jerseys, whatever you like. They got all your jersey needs. You and I have both used a bunch of Sportira jerseys.
Yes.
Eagle, you as well.
Indeed.
They're light, they're comfortable, they're durable, they wash well, and they bring out your smile.
Quick
So-
correction on the Elmo price. So that's for the current version.
Why
If
do
you
you
want
exist?
the original
Current
Tickle Me Elmo, it's $400.
Wow.
The originals.
I must
That's a
have
fun
it.
fact.
I must.
And another fun fact: do you realize the winter season's in 6 weeks?
Yeah.
That just shocked me. Like 6
That's our
weeks.
only break this year. 6
Register
weeks out.
now.
Yeah, if you haven't registered
Not
already-
even. We're getting like 5 weeks between the winter and the fall season,
Yeah.
and within those 5 weeks, I have a bunch of things to do.
Yep.
That usually we have 4 months to do, so it doesn't really bother me.
No, we're right there.
See, the thing is, Simon was never involved in all that pre-prep before, but now he is.
Yeah.
So now the panic is setting
I was
in.
doing other things.
Absolutely. Of those things, we don't know what they are, but I assure you they're there.
It's
let's-
called FPF Junior. It's a thing.
Let's get
Look it
into
up.
some. Let's get into some previews for the upcoming
Rob
games.
shocked me with that. It starts in 2 weeks.
You need to listen to the show, Simo, so
I
you
don't. I never
know
do.
when it's time to speak.
I never do.
I can tell.
Interrupting you is the reason why I'm here.
Farmers take on Ducks at 6 o'clock on Saturday in the Bowl Championship game. Simo, thoughts?
Wow, that was a terrible transition.
Yeah. Well, I
Uh,
tried it 3 times. You didn't listen. So, I figured
So
we'd always
earlier-
reply.
a few weeks ago, we mentioned how Farmers are the favorites for this bowl,
Yes.
and I still believe they are.
Mhm.
But I think this is a trap game for them. Ducks are better than people give them credit for. They have a very good defense. There's a chance that Benoit Robidoux has a bad outing, throws 3 or 4 interceptions like he did the previous times in the season,
Yeah.
and this could favor
Ben-
Ducks.
Benoit Robidoux,
Tremendously.
in no respect, I say that and then we'll say something very disrespectful, is the weakest link on this team.
Okay.
The surrounding cast is amazing.
Yes.
Jean
Great
Lego,
players.
Simon Vien, and Corey Greenway, especially on defense, is ridiculous
Yes.
for this bowl games, but this
Yeah.
this bowl bracket
Agreed.
specifically. I thought we were going to give them a tough time and did, but we were more scared of facing Ducks than Farmers. and now ducks are facing the farmers. I never got my facts on ducks, by the way. And
So I did not find the website ducks.
Right.
I found
best researcher in the game.
I found ducks.org.
Ducks.org, that's the one. Yes.
Oh, see, that was your fault.
Any
But I
information?
also did find Go, which is a search engine, which you can find all your information there.
Nice. So if you're looking for information on ducks, go to Ducks Go. It's like Ask Jeeves. Ask Jeeves was a butler who used to Google shit for you. like why do I need this?
Ego couldn't take this. He just left the room.
This is getting
I'm
stupid.
done.
No, but honestly,
The
so
table.
ducks worried me specifically.
Ego could. Please
'Cause-
go on ducksduckgo.com and just Google whatever. I'm curious.
But it's
Go
not
on.
a Google
Sorry,
engine.
I had to say.
You don't Google it. You duck it.
That's great. That's even better.
DuckDuckGo.
But I think we both agree on how this could be a trap game for farmers.
Absolutely, because the duo on defense of David Rothstein and Yoni Leib, to me,
Yeah.
is a nice, like it counteracts that duo or that trio rather that the farmers have on defense. I think it's an ugly game. We'll do predictions right away. I think Ducks are winning this one 19-18.
Oh yeah. I still think farmers will take this one, but it will be riddled with mistakes.
Mm-hmm. Yes, but both teams are prone to make
Yeah,
mistakes. To
there will
begin
be a lot of
with.
interceptions.
But both defense are excellent. Both
Yeah.
defense are.
I don't think it's so bad. So much the quarterbacks is going to be textbook, and the guys are going to make plays.
Sons of Mitches versus the Dawson Scats finals.
Your boys, Sons of Mitches.
Yeah.
I think
If they were my boys, I would move away, far away to the place where they couldn't come after me for alimony and child support.
so. The reason why I'm picking Dawson,
Change my name. I
There-
pay for a name change.
the reason why I'm picking Dawson Scats finest
Yeah.
is
I hope that's in the scroll. Peace pays for name change.
It will be.
Thank you.
the reason why I'm picking against Sons of Mitches is I think the bye week will hurt them more than it will help them. The Vince Romano has not been. He had a very good start, but has not been great recently, and he needed the extra game before the finals.
Yeah.
I think there's too much. There's going to be too much pressure on Sons of Mitches to win now, and they're going to make mistakes, and they're going to get in each other's faces, and they're going to be their own worst enemy.
Mm-hmm. I can see it happening. My thing with Dawson's Cast Finest is the athleticism of guys like Daniel Tuccinardi, Nick Lombardi, Miguel Rodriguez, who is giant. Adamo Petrocelli is a guy I've seen play in previous seasons, and he's a guy that not a lot of guys know about, but really smart defender, knows how to take away multiple looks. He plays defense in a way that sort of understands what the offense is trying to attack, and he does what he can
The best
take
way to
both
do it.
ways. Absolutely. Prime time take on Los Banditos.
So that's basically my favorite team in Tier 2 against your favorite team in Tier 2.
Yeah.
I think what those Banditos has been doing is great for them. Their defense is good, a lot of turnovers. Their offense finally found themselves when François Desrochers rushes more, when he emphasizes on running the ball rather than throwing it. He's not the best quarterback, but he's a fantastic runner. Use it more. Last week he had about 80 yards and 2 rushing touchdowns. It's great. Keep it up. Keep doing what you do best. Run it more. Pass a little bit less. Get a better defense. I think Los Banditos might actually have a very good shot at winning this ball game.
I just like the primetime offense. It's well thought out. It's smart. And Steven Harapaso has the weapons around him. And it's not just... I mean, Josh Levine obviously attracts all the attention. 459 yards, 12 touchdowns. But they also have 6 other guys with multiple touchdowns. With at least 2
That's
touchdowns.
7 receivers with at least 2 touchdowns.
Absolutely. And so and you know, you have a guy with 12, but you also have Miesa Negrani with 8, and you also have Michael Lesniak with 6.
It's good.
So I mean, that's a lot of touchdowns for an offense.
It's very good.
It's an intelligent play design. It works well. Los Banditos defense is their strength, but in FPF, good offense beats good defense. Give me prime time.
Okay.
The next game is... I like that we both looked at Eagle, and Eagle's confused. Like, what do I do?
He's typing a bunch of things. I'm expecting something from him soon.
The product better be good in this podcast.
Did we not say ducksducksgo.com? Please duck something for me.
So did you know that the conservation programs have always had a strong biological foundation, and that science and research tradition continues today with hundreds of studies to address the habitat needs of waterfowl?
Does this come from ducksducksgo.com?
This comes from ducks.org, not
that he
ducks.org.com.
found by Googling ducks, by ducking ducks
Fucking
ducksducksgo.com.
ducks.
We need to get something that's .duck. If we can we change our website to flightplusfootball.duck.
Is there a
That'd
game
be
called
awesome.
Be
Duck
very
Duck
upset.
Duck Goose?
What?
Is that a
Duck Duck
game?
Goose is a game. Yeah.
So,
Have you ever played it, or did you
Yes.
have a childhood?
well,
I can't
was,
imagine you as a man. Can you imagine him as a child?
I was
Parents.
French though.
You were French. Did it change?
No,
Did your lineage
we
change?
We never played Duck Duck Goose.
Yeah,
'cause
it
it's
would
not a
be
French name.
Canard, what? Right?
No, it's not.
Canard.
I have something about lineage in a
Canal.
second, but for now we'll go
He's
X Men.
so happy with this one.
X-Men Greendale human beings. Do X-Men continue this role, or does Greendale stomp it out?
Greendale continues the role. I don't think
That
Greendale. Has,
wasn't one of the options, but yeah, sorry, go
I
ahead.
don't think Greendale. I don't think Danny has lost a game this season.
It's possible. That he
You go,
doesn't
can you
lose
please-
many. He hasn't lost many since he started playing quarterback.
Can you look this up, please? Has
Yes.
Greendale even been lost this season with Danny?
Danny Aylward as quarterback.
So, this considered, I think Greendale Human Beings is. I still think they're too strong for where they are. There's no way they play in Division 6-1, play in Division E1, went back to 6 for some reason.
Yeah.
And I don't, or was it 6 to E? Anyways, I still
E to 6 to
they're,
E.
they're a very good team. And
He did lose, by the way, to All Hooks the week before.
okay, thank you. So
38-37.
Yeah.
One loss the entire tournament so far.
Yeah.
So one loss to the team he just beat last week. I still think Greendale Human Beings is the best team in the tier with Danny as a quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
And as much as I like X-Men, I don't think they'll be able to stop Greendale Human Beings offense. And to your credit, good offense wins championships.
It's true.
There you go.
There we go. I'm inclined to agree. I like that Danny Aylward does his thing. It's stolen from Joey Taylor, but it works. Where he doesn't really roll out, but he sort of resets the
Does it
pockets
better.
2 or 3 yards to the left or
He-
2 or 3
He
yards to
does
the
it
right.
better than Joey. You heard it here first.
No.
Joey's gonna be so mad. I'm gonna get a tweet in like 5
But
minutes.
you'll be wrong because Joey Taylor's a future Hall of Fame quarterback in FPF.
Okay, but then he does it better.
Nope.
How many championships does Joey have?
But the measurement is flawed. So
Joey technically has one because he subbed one
there you
game
go.
for a team
There you
for
go.
TCO, and
Championship.
then they won the championship.
so same amount.
But it's gonna be taken out because he's
Yes.
been bragging about it, and somebody heard it, and they changed it, and it was not me.
Is it you?
No, it
It's
wasn't.
totally you. You're a narc.
Sounds like something I would do,
You're
but it
totally
wasn't
a
me.
narc.
I promise you, it wasn't.
I like that though. I like what he does there, and he's tall, so it allows him to really be able to move and see downfield.
Yes.
And
He's
and
also
use it
very
to his
quick.
advantage. Yeah, and it's cool. It's a cool way to implement this playbook. Lockdown Mean Machine. Does the luck continue for Lockdown?
If it's a low-scoring affair, Mean Mission wins. If for some reason Lockdown's offense manages to put up more than 30 points, they might actually win their first championship. Well, their first bowl is
Yeah.
not a championship.
Yeah, the bowls will be measured as championships, but in a separate category from
They'll be bowls.
FPF championships. Yeah,
They're not. They won't be championships.
well, you'll have won the championship of that bowl.
What?
Yes. Don't look at me like Zachary Kiverger.
I just pulled a Kivashi.
Honestly, I've been doubting Lockdown a lot.
Yeah, you-
But
Well, to be fair, one of their members is here,
Mhm.
and he's not very good.
so he's not representative of the sample.
He's looking at us like, yeah, it's true.
And when you look, they have 5 receivers with over 230 yards receiving.
I have no knocks against their offense. What they're doing so far is working for them.
And that's the thing. But in previous seasons, it's been Pat Riot's inability to win big games and how he would just turn the ball over a lot. But look, 36 touchdowns, 9 interceptions. I'll take a 4-to-1 ratio any day of the
I think they're in the right pool to be in for them.
I think
Pat Wright's
it's
been playing
a weak
in
pool, and I think Lockdown wins this one easily.
I think Pat Wright's been playing in higher divisions recently, and it's been tough for him. And now that he's kind of moved down, he's gonna excel.
But yeah, I think they're the best team in that pool by far.
Okay.
Let's go to tier 1. Keyport Lock takes on Smokin Axolotls.
So you wanted to speak about sluggy,
This
slow
is a
games.
bad game.
This is gonna be, if you get 4 possessions, be happy kind of game. It's gonna be slow. It's gonna be dink and dunk. It's gonna be bad.
For people looking to watch this game, I highly recommend that you have ocular surgery
We're
and
gonna
have
be
your
there.
eyes removed.
We're gonna be.
I know. I'm going to complain about it during the broadcast. We'll get to what's
broadcast.
going on with the broadcast as well. But more details will also come after today, but definitely some details will be discussed later. Dans and Tams take on #NR.
Did you
Oh, wait,
skip
sorry, we do-
one?
Yeah, I don't have the game. It's so boring.
No, but you also skipped Kishon Thompson Bowl. Diablos versus lightweight. You want to do that one?
No, that's at the
after?
end.
No, because he's doing it
For the site.
time schedule.
No, I follow. Okay.
But let's go to Keyport Smokin Axolotls.
One job.
How do you see this game working out?
Keyport is gonna go on offense and score every single drive because I don't
Slowly
think
and ugly.
yes, because I don't think Smokin Axolotl as a defense to stop them. This is gonna be the type of game that is decided by the first drive by both teams.
Yeah.
If Keyport Lock goes on offense, goes 40 yards, touchdown, and then Smokin Axolotls cannot answer back, it's over.
Yeah.
Keyport's gonna go back on offense, score again, and then the time's gonna be against Smokin Axolotls, and it's the word. That's the thing about Keyport is once they have the lead, they play this kind of offense that is so slow and methodological that you cannot
Wait.
catch up.
Slow and methodical. You said slow and mythological. I think you did that last week again. They're not playing against minotaurs. They're not playing against unicorns. They're
Are they?
not
Are they though?
playing.
I mean,
no.
they're axolotls. What are they? What's axolot?
It's like a water lizard.
Sounds mythological to me.
No, it's not. They exist. They're in South America. It's a
Cool.
real animal. Okay.
Cool.
Eagle, can you put up a picture of an axolot, please?
Yes.
Axolotl, actually, is what it's called.
Okay.
They're really cute.
It's an axle.
Yeah. Okay.
The most publicized game of this tournament, Dans and Tams take on #NR. Lance Daniels predicted this game is already over. Stephanie
I mean,
Arroyo
if
already making a cake.
If you guess the score, you get free cupcakes.
Yeah.
So guess away.
I get. Well, we'll do that in a second. But tell me how you think the game shakes out.
So I don't think the way Corey Pecker has been playing this entire season, aside from one or two bad hiccups, there's no stopping #NR offensively. They're gonna put up another 40+ game, and I think that's the way you beat Joey Taylor is if you give him enough possessions, he's gonna make a mistake at some point.
But you
I
say
don't
that
thi-
about a guy who has 745+ touchdown seasons,
I know.
so he can score.
No, he will score. He's gonna score 5 or 6 times, but I don't think Joey will be able to score 8 times, which is something Corey Pecker can do with his offense. So the more they score, the better their odds because the other team won't be able to score 50. So if Corey Pecker could reach 50 somehow with 40 bombs and whatnot, they'll win.
So basically, if they slow the game down, they win this one. Is what you're saying?
Tams and Tams, yes. If they slow, I think that's their optic is slow it down and put the pressure on no regards defense rather than their offense because their offense has been fantastic, and they're gonna find a way to attack their defense slowly. But I actually think that if #NR does not play defense and they let them score every single play, they might win on converts alone.
Perhaps. See, so the thing is, #NR have become like mainstream, cuddly friendly.
Really?
Yeah, they're like beloved now, and people know they're good, and
Who's people?
everyone.
Who do you talk to?
Everyone. You just live in the past. Stop. You're a child. Anyway,
Yes,
so
but that's
the thing
irrelevant.
is that I actually want to pick Dans and Tams to win this game because
Okay.
they're the underdog now.
Agreed. 100%.
They're the team to get behind and have fun with, and
Get behind and have fun with.
yeah, exactly.
And then you wonder why we don't make any
how-
money
how-
out of these
how
shows
else
anymore.
would you have fun with them? But great players all around. Guys like 40 Evangelista, guys like Rainer Reedy, Matthew Rupsick, like they're talented. Alex Holloway, they're talented. But
Yes.
#NR just has so much higher end talent.
I feel
The best guys on #NR are better than the top end of Dans and Tams. The worst players on #NR are better than the worst players on Dans and Tams.
Yes. I just think #NR does not belong in this pool, and this is the reason why they're gonna win. They're gonna play well. Dance and Times are gonna play well, but they're just gonna be outmatched on the long run.
Top Guns take on Braves.
Yes. It sucks to say, but I don't see Top Guns winning. You can't count Paul Lapierre out or Robbie Robinson. They're amazing players. They're clever. They're gonna
What
find a way.
happens to you if you count them out?
What do you mean?
You said you can't count them out. Like, what's the consequence if you count them out?
I hate you.
They hit
Just-
you. They find you. They come to your home and they hit you.
I hate you.
Oh, okay.
It's a saying. Please get with the times.
I know.
That's
So-
also a saying. You don't actually get with time.
So if you were the count from the Sesame Street TV show, how would you count them? You wouldn't count at all? He would be very upset.
Yeah. He was like, 1. Ha! Shut up. You shut your damn mouth, Count. Why is he always laughing? How is every number equally funny too? It's creepy. So you don't think that the style plays that
That's
Top
wrong with the
Guns
show.
run, where they go to quarterbacks.
That
and all the
I think
handoffs.
that will work for them, but it will not. I think it's like a band-aid. It doesn't fix the problem, and I don't think Yeah, it's clever, right?
I mean, to a degree, like it depends what the problem is. If the problem is you want to bleed all over the place, then Band-Aid absolutely fixes that problem. But go ahead.
Okay, guy. But I still think that the way Top Guns are set up, they don't have the roster to match against Braves.
Mhm.
And the switch of quarterbacks might give them a few touchdowns here and there, but it won't allow them to score endlessly against Braves the way they would need to.
Endlessly.
Endlessly.
Oh man! All right.
With no end in sight.
Who's stepping up for Braves?
Well, we talked about that last week. And
Yeah,
it was
but
the only
that
guy
was
we
a
did
different
not
game.
mention.
So
Who
same
step-
guy.
Who's stepping up this week, however?
George AP.
George Galepi? Okay. He's honestly like, the team is very much built for depth, and anyone can have a big game.
Yep.
But as far as one guy consistently has big games
It's
for
a-
them, it's George Galepi.
And his hairstyle is getting worse. Like,
As his play gets better,
Ah.
his hair gets worse. He's
I was standing on the sidelines, and everybody would come by and would say, "Man, he needs to do something about his mullet."
yeah.
And I agree. Like at some point,
Him and Alex David need
keep
to
it
find
in a bun.
barber.
Seriously, just keep it in a bun.
At least you look like a musketeer.
When he takes off the bandana,
It's pretty
bad.
impressive.
Yeah,
That's
yeah, I
awesome.
will go with impressive.
It's like if you took Andrew Luck's beard and turned it into a mullet, the neck beard that he's got. He's got the worst look in the
Yeah.
NFL.
Yeah,
George Galepi
yeah,
may have
yeah,
the worst
okay.
look in FPF kind of thing.
Yeah. Okay.
FPF All Stars take on DK. This is sort of like, it's what we saw happening coming in. That possibly
It's what we
the
expected.
best two teams in the tournament will face each other.
It's what DK wanted coming into the season.
Yeah.
They wanted to play Kevin White.
Insofar as anyone can be built to beat,
it's
FPF
that
All-Stars,
was their purpose. They came
DK
in.
is built to beat FPF.
They came in to beat Kevin White in the final. That was their purpose. They built a team around beating Kevin.
And how would you term that to be true?
They brought in the Pinons. Like if
That's
there's
Have they
right.
always
analysis.
had the Pilons?
Yes.
yes, but that's also why.
Okay, so what specific changes did they make to their traditional roster in
None.
order
Choose that.
to beat the finest?
Simon Dashne. What they're built to beat. They're built to beat the finest, right? Yes, absolutely. They built a team for this tournament. Built the finest. What do they do? Same guys as always.
No.
All right, cool. Good analysis.
No, I said that's what they said they did. They built, but the team is
but
the
then
same.
how did okay?
The
so-
team has not changed. They have the same core members. They still have Chenard, the Pilons, Rochdi, Mabon, Nick Arsenault.
So basically, what you're saying is it's a case of insanity, because if you keep doing the same thing and expect
Over-
a different result,
Yes.
it's absolute insanity.
So Raji's insane.
Ross,
according
might
to
be
what you're
insane. Well, also he might be insane. I mean, so there's that too.
I think the that's one thing that Kevin told me before the game between 5-1 and DK is who do you pick in this game? And he turned around and was like, well, you can't pick against the Twins, so the DK is winning.
That's what their parents said. We can't choose between our twins. And so they sent them both away. Does DK have a chance?
Yes.
Because
I was about to say. I still think that from the way this game might break down, I don't think FPF All Star has the defense to stop DK consistently. So they're going to be able to score. I think, sadly, this game's going to come down to Rochdi and whether or not he's going to get into his own head because he's playing against Kevin and he has to keep up and whatnot. If he just breaks it down and plays the same way he played last week, which was flawless, DK has a very good chance of winning this game.
does Chris Millard have an impact on Rochdi Benabdelkader's play at quarterback for DK?
Definitely, so fast. He's probably one of the, if not the best rusher in FPF currently. And the way Rochdi plays,
It's about time FPF All-Stars got a rusher.
yes, they haven't had one in forever.
Yeah.
And I mean forever.
Yeah.
Yes, you're watching Mokan.
Literally forever.
Yes.
Yes, we're watching Mac Hero. So what's your prediction for this game?
If it's close, DK might actually win.
What was the score last time? No, great prediction, by the way.
42
If this time,
42-24 for FPF All-Star.
I say it'll be 44 to 42. FPF All-Stars beat DK. the exact same thing because I'm
No,
not
no,
insane.
it was 42-24.
Oh, then that one. 42-24.
He went from a 2-point game to a 20-point
It
game.
doesn't matter. It's the same game as last time. Same teams as last time. Same.
FPF All-Star.
FPF All-Star's gotten better. DK's gotten the same.
FPF All-Star wins by 9.
All right. Diablos take on lightweight. Do you have enough team players to play this game?
We'll be at least 6. We're still trying to figure out the 7th because I can't run, but we're.
Okay, how did that change?
What do you
You've
mean?
never been able to run.
Yeah, no, but like I can't. I'm not supposed to. I have MCL sprain. I'm not supposed to run,
Okay.
so I would rather not have to
Wait, you were able to run before?
at some point in time. Remember that
When he's
time?
saying
I
he's
saw
not
that
supposed to,
though.
it's not his doctor told him. It's his gym teacher in grade 5.
remember
You can't run.
remember that time I had 2 picks against Vince Nardone in the
You did?
playoffs.
Yes, that was pretty good. It was thrown at you. by
That was
Mr.
the time
Don.
I was able to.
That was once. upon
So-
time.
But no, for now we're 6. We're supposed to be 7, but we're still trying to convince him.
So everybody,
It
if
takes a-
anybody wants to play, just message.
Just holla.
people.
Just let me know.
It doesn't work that way for playoffs. So.
Just holla. Just
Then
send me a
don't.
message.
I really don't know anything.
Same thing. Diablos will have Alex Nod, who wasn't there the first time we played them, but will not have Samir Drapeau,
Mhm.
who's in France he just became a pro player in France.
It's pretty cool.
It's pretty cool. He's logé nourri and gets minimal pay. Like it's not great, but you don't have to
It's
pay
not-
for where
yeah.
you live nor food. And he's in Nice, so that's pretty cool.
Absolutely.
So good
Um,
for him, but it sucks for his teams that their best player won't be there. But I don't think it will matter that much.
The last time they played you, they beat you 24-19.
Yes, 20. Yeah.
Jean-Felix Dalloz was the only thing on your offense.
Okay.
Do you expect anyone else to do anything? Like, for example, like Justin Blanchard, does he just stay home, or can he actually do something this season?
He's been very good with the sticks.
Okay.
It's an inside joke for him. He's very mad at that. So
Oh.
we'll keep it. No, but last time we didn't have a rusher. François who wasn't there. Who was also a very big part of the offense. François Raymond was also absent for that game. So
So excuses.
as you've seen us play, they're both big parts of the offense.
Mhm.
So I do expect both of the François to have a good impact on the game.
Francois Martin has been talking nonstop about how he's the best thing since electricity.
He's basically hummus in 2017.
So, like,
He's having a good year.
what was the good year for hummus? Natalia, can you look up what was the good year for hummus?
Right now, it's the flavor of the year.
But like, it's not new.
No, it's not. But
But
everybody's
you
on.
can put it on anything.
Find out what's the good year for
So
hummus.
so what's popular this
Like,
year?
you know when you order like a wine, you're like, oh, 2007, that's a very good year. Like, is there an equivalent for hummus?
So what's popular this year? Avocados and hummus. You can't deny that.
I feel like you just started like eating food from a grocery store for the first time in your life.
But you
You're
should
just not straight up eating pizzas anymore.
you should enjoy avocados because I have an inside source saying the price is going to be ridiculous in like a year or so.
I know.
They already are.
Yeah,
It's going to get a lot worse.
Because of the toast?
No,
Because avocado toast.
what's
No?
wrong with you? Can we fire him?
Do you have like some rare form of Tourette's?
It's a new breakfast. Avocado toast.
yes, yes.
What are
he
you
does.
talking about?
Avocado
Put up a
toast.
picture.
Tourette's.
What
Give me a picture
you've
of
never had avocado toast? It's
No.
amazing.
It's amazing.
like cream cheese and
Is
avocado.
it just avocado on toast?
Pretty
No.
much, but usually you have eggs and other stuff and blah, blah, blah.
No, I
So
do
it's a
it.
sandwich.
The toast
You're saying
and
the
It's
new thing
it's
is a
an-
sandwich.
It's an avocado
No,
and
it's not
egg
a-
sandwich on toasted bread.
It's not a sandwich.
But it could be
it's
open-faced.
just like
Open faced.
the-
Oh, so it's a sandwich, but it can be douchey.
Yes. And it's $20.
Yeah, it's a,
Yeah,
so for
that
80
is
cents of
douchey.
ingredients,
Well, to be fair,
I
avocado is
just
pretty
make it at
expensive.
home and it's less douchey.
it's not $20.
yeah.
You make it at home and it's equally as douchey.
If it's open face, it's very douchey. The reason why open face exists is because they messed up.
And because of John Woo's face off.
What?
Anyways,
So, man, he's gonna annoy us. Francois Martin's gonna annoy us nonstop.
If he wins?
when he wins this bowl game.
Listen, that's the only thing. And there's a lot of people around this table that doesn't like me. I won't name names.
I'm raising my hand for
There's
those
also
for
the
those
other,
who are listening.
the
on
other guy
podcast.
behind the camera. That
We're
But
all raising our
for
hands.
Eagle to come and message me saying, please win, it speaks volume. Like, nobody wishes
Yeah.
for me to win a title.
I
Ever.
don't wish ill upon anyone except Francois Martin.
It's okay now because we're coworkers,
yeah.
so we're allowed to do it. Otherwise, it
Absolutely.
would just be mean.
No, but Zach Swern, Gab Wiseman.
No, they have the
Alex
team to
Noel.
beat us, 100%.
That's
Alex
a tough
Noel,
team.
Gab Weisman, Zach Swern, Michael DeGuire, the Rusher, Alexandre, I'm sorry, and the François Martin. The team's good.
Alexandre Levesque.
Yes, Levike.
Not Alexandre, I'm sorry.
Levike.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's his
they're
name. Correct.
yes, I know. I just forgot his last name. That's why I said I'm sorry. They have a very good team. They're underrated. They've been doing really well this season. They can't be underrated anymore because François talks about them all the time. No, but they have a good team, and I think they have a decent shot of winning.
That's fair.
I just can't pick against myself, obviously, because that makes it a lot worse.
I'm picking lightweight just because I don't want to hear Francois.
Yes.
I need you to beat him by a lot of points.
A lot of points.
Yeah.
Will you
Like
be there to watch
17
me?
points. I'll be there. I'll be there all day.
Could-
But
could-
before we talk about that, Eagle, hit us up with a riddle. This segment's called Riddle Me
Yes.
Eagle, where Eagle will give us each a riddle. The three of us.
No.
The three of us
yes.
will answer the riddle.
You don't have to answer the riddle. You just say something.
The idea is that you don't answer correctly.
The answer last time was pigeon. So
Yeah.
My
Cool.
God, that was funny. Eh?
And so if
it was not.
Eagle gives
us.
us a riddle. I'm explaining the segment. Eagle gives us a riddle.
Sorry.
We then answer what we think the answer to the riddle is, and then Eagle will choose amongst his favorite answer to be proclaimed the new answer to the riddle. He will never give the actual answer to the riddle because this show is not about learning.
Here's the riddle for today.
Okay.
What belongs to you, but others use it more than you do?
If it was your case, it would be condoms. What belongs to me and
But
others,
others use it more than you do.
what belongs to me and others use it more than I do. Intelligence. Next.
I'm trying to see why intelligence.
Because I don't use it very often.
Honestly, I would say, like, as a serious answer, I would say wine glasses. I'm way too lazy to do the dishes, so I never use my own. But when people come over, they use it. But I'll never drink out of them ever.
You just drink straight out the wine, out the bottle.
No, I take like a regular glass that goes in the dishwasher.
So do regular wine glasses.
Not not the ones we have. They don't fit in the
He
dishwasher.
clearly never drinks wine.
Yeah.
So
Also, I like beer.
Natalia?
I don't want to be perverted in the show because
It's too
it's the
late.
first time
It's
that I'm
we
here.
said condoms 2 seconds ago.
I know, but I'm a lady, so I'm gonna say mailbox.
Mailbox is actually a pretty good one. I'm going to go with mailbox as my preferred one.
Nice. All right.
Yes, we'll go with mailbox.
Because that's where his sex toys arrived yesterday. Also used by others more often than him. So final thoughts, Simon?
I was about to ask you what you're thankful for, because it's Thanksgiving.
We were at a friend's place in the South last year for Thanksgiving, and they invited us into their home and to spread Thanksgiving with them. It's a family Natalia grew up with for years. And so they said, we're going to go around the table and say, what are we all thankful for? And everyone was saying these very nice things. And I said,
Everybody was very serious.
yeah, everyone was very serious. And I stood up finally, and I was like the last one. And I said, I'm thankful for this amazing family that has allowed me to stay here, not knowing whether or not I am a murderer.
They're very Baptist church going.
That's amazing.
So they're very shocked of hearing him say that.
Yeah, so it was, that's what I'm
That's
most
it.
thankful for is the fact that they haven't found the bodies.
That's amazing. So what I'm thankful for is also the best answer I could come up with for the riddle, but I thought about it afterwards. Tits.
After I said that I wouldn't want to say something perverted.
They also don't belong to you.
No, but the people's.
Natalia, final thoughts.
I'm thankful for you guys to have me here today.
Eagle, what are you thankful for?
I'm thankful for this new computer that we're running, thanks to Chapman for getting it all ready for us in time for the last episode
man.
of this season.
He was talking nonstop about how hard he was gonna build this computer. I'm gonna build it so good. Oh, when you see the piece, when you see how well it's built, then you're gonna
How
know.
hard
I
it
saw it, I'm like, bro, it looks like a computer. I don't know, man. It's a
a
box.
computer and it works.
Yeah.
So yes, the
Cool.
1080p 30 FPS is brought to you by the brand new rig. We've also restructured our studio a little bit, so now people can actually see me on screen.
I know it's the worst.
Sweet.
Yeah.
But
No,
you
it's not
can't
sweet.
see me.
No, they can't. I
No,
can show
it's
up.
it's not sweet.
We,
So yeah,
it's a weird show where we have the best looking on camera.
so we're going to be bringing this gear with us to our Saturday broadcast.
That
and
brings
everything,
us
and
to
this
my
is where-
going for one, going for two. You're the worst.
I was setting up.
We
for
are
it.
doing something a little bit different than we have for the championship finals. Obviously, there's too many games to be doing live play-by-play. However, we are setting up a game booth. It's going to be FPF game day. We're going to have a set. Hopefully, we're supposed to have a meeting about that before, but Rob it all up. So we're going to meet about it in a second. Where we'll have basically a setup where we're going to be talking about the games. We'll be showing some of the games with limited camera angles. We'll be talking about the games, we'll talking about what's going on, some of the backstory. So follow on Facebook Live. You'll be able to watch with us as we talk about all the things that are happening. I'm going to be writing an article about it shortly. That'll give you some more information. Basically, disinformation for the people who don't watch the podcast.
It's going to be a setup at a college game day or NFL on-field booth. So we're going to be both of us, Eagle probably as well, sitting field side with our booth.
Eagle,
and
the music went away and you're not doing your job.
and then we're just
Sound
going to be on the field watching the games and commenting as it goes, and we'll grab players from
Yeah.
multiple teams to answer a few
So
questions.
as you show up, come see. Well, we're going to have someone there who's going to pull you into to
guarantee
different
your
views
your
and so on.
boy Armando shows up.
What?
Your boy Armando shows up. He's like,
Armando
yeah,
Sorry?
I want to be part of this.
Absolutely. Let's get him on camera. I don't care.
Yes.
He can look just as stupid on camera as he does the rest of his life. So
But that's the point too. That's the point of the booth, is to be accessible.
yeah. So yeah, come see us. Come spend some
Yeah.
time with us. We'll talk to you about your games. We'll talk to you about the upcoming games or the games you just finished.
We'll ask you embarrassing questions about the games that you don't know about currently.
Yeah.
It's gonna be
And
great.
be like, so what do you think about this guy that you've never seen play before? Because you don't work for FPF.
It's gonna be good times.
Yeah, it'll be fun. It'll be a fun experience. Our goal is to make this as enjoyable
Yep.
as possible. So your involvement will absolutely make it or break it, so to speak. So remember, don't break it.